You remember the exact moment, don't you? That Tuesday afternoon when Mom didn't come home until 2 a.m. Or maybe it was the morning Dad's hands shook so badly he couldn't pour his own coffee. And you, 8 years old, steadied the pot for him. Nobody sat you down and said, "Hey, you're the parent now." But something shifted inside you that day. Something permanent. And without words, something ancient clicked in your small mind. If I don't hold everything together, no one will. Here's what the research won't tell you. According to a landmark 2019 study from the University of Cambridge, 1 in 3 children in America experience some form of parentification before age 12. That's millions of kids making dinner, managing bills, calming down drunk parents, or playing therapist to their own siblings, before they've even hit puberty. And here's the kicker, most of them are praised for it. Look how responsible she is. He's such an old soul. But let me ask you something. When did being an old soul at 7 become something to celebrate, instead of something to grieve? I'll never forget Sarah's story. She reached out to me last month. At 9 years old, she was managing her mother's bipolar episodes, hiding medications, learning which tone of voice meant danger was coming. She became fluent in reading micro-expressions before she could read chapter books. By 14, she was the family mediator. By 23, she was a burnout therapist with no idea how to accept help from anyone. She told me, "I don't even know what it feels like to be taken care of. Like actually taken care of. The thought of it makes me want to run." Does that hit home for you? Because if it does, you need to hear this. What happened to you wasn't character building. It was a theft. Here's where the psychology gets chilling. When a child is forced into the caregiver role, what researchers call parentification, it doesn't just affect behavior. It rewires the developing brain. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, trauma expert and author of The Body Keeps the Score, explains that children in these situations develop what's called a hyperactive threat detection system. Your amygdala, that's the brain's alarm system, gets stuck in the on position, forever scanning, forever waiting for disaster. You learn to walk on eggshells before you even knew what the phrase meant. Think about it. You learned that your needs were inconvenient, but everyone else's needs were emergencies. You learned that love wasn't given freely. It was earned through service, silence, and self-erasure. You learned that love is a transaction. You give peace, and maybe they'll give you safety. So what did you do? You became the emotional thermostat of the entire household. You disappeared. Not physically, but psychologically. And in that invisibility, you built a fortress made of competence. And you wore that identity so convincingly that even you forgot it was a mask. Fast forward 20 years. You're 35 now. Successful career, stable life. Everyone thinks you've got it together. But inside you're exhausted. You confuse exhaustion with success. You can't be vulnerable in relationships because vulnerability feels like handing someone a loaded weapon. Stillness feels wrong. Peace feels suspicious. Love feels like a debt you'll have to repay. Here's what most self-help gurus won't tell you. Healing from this doesn't start with affirmations or bubble baths. It starts with rage. Yes, rage. Because until you feel the grief, you never had time to feel. You're still protecting the people who failed you. This rage is the pain of the inner child you buried. The one who's still in there screaming silently, "Why didn't anyone protect me?" Dr. Gabor Maté says, the greatest damage done by neglect, trauma, or emotional loss is not the immediate pain they inflict, but the long-term distortions they induce in the way a developing child will continue to interpret the world and her situation in it. Read that again. Distortions? You're not broken. Your lens is distorted. Let me tell you about Marcus. He was 11 when his father left. And overnight, he became the man of the house at 11. He started working at 14, gave his paychecks to his mom, never complained, never cried. By 30, he'd built a 6-figure business and had 3 failed marriages. Why? Because he literally did not know how to receive love without turning it into a transaction. He told me, "I kept score of everything. Every favor, every kind word. Every time someone showed up for me, I felt like I owed them double in return. I couldn't just let someone love me." If you're reading this and your heart is pounding right now, if you're thinking, "Oh my God, that's me," then stay with me. Because here's where we turn the corner. The truth is, you developed superpowers from this trauma. Yes, superpowers. Your ability to read people? Incredible. Your crisis management skills? Unmatched. Your empathy? Off the charts. But here's the problem. You've been using those gifts to survive when you should be using them to thrive. So here's your roadmap, and this isn't theory. This is proven therapeutic practice backed by decades of trauma research. Step 1. Witness the child you were. Not with pity, with respect. That kid was brilliant. They made the only choice a child can make. In the absence of safety, they sacrificed authenticity for belonging. Write them a letter. Say, I see you. I see what you did. And I'm so sorry you had to do it. Step 2. Rage work. Get into therapy. Specifically look for trauma-informed therapists who understand complex PTSD or internal family systems. And when you're alone, scream, punch pillows, write unsent letters to the people who failed you. Let the anger move through you because anger is just pain with boundaries. Step 3. Practice neediness. Yes, you heard that right. Ask for help with small things. Let someone else drive. Let someone else make the plan. Let someone else carry something for you, literally and metaphorically. Your nervous system needs to learn that depending on others doesn't equal destruction. Step 4. Grieve. Cry for the childhood you didn't get. Mourn the innocence you lost while protecting people who should have protected you. This grief isn't weakness. It's proof that you're healing. Because what was once frozen is finally falling. Here's what I know to be true. You were never supposed to carry that weight. What saved you then imprisons you now. But now you have a choice. You can choose softness. You can choose to rest. Healing isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. It's about becoming someone free. Free from the belief that your value lies in your usefulness. Free from the terror of being seen as you really are. Free from the cage of competence that's been slowly suffocating you. So here's my question for you. And I want you to answer this in the comments. Use these exact words so we can build a community around this. I grew up too fast because... Finish that sentence. Share your story. Because your voice matters, your pain matters. And the child you were deserves to finally be heard. You were 7 once, and you deserve to be 7. You were 10 once, and you deserve to play. You are human now, and you deserve to rest. Welcome home, little one. Welcome home. And this time, no one is leaving. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. So make sure to subscribe to see them.